listening to Jim and James Chew the Cud.
When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo?
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Robbing biological urges.
You're crazy, son. What did you do? I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You're listening to Jim and James Chew.
Hello, welcome to Christmas Day special. We won't go out on Christmas Day, but it is Christmas Day.
You can release it next year instead.
Yeah. Jim and James Chew the Cud, episode 130 something. A podcast about Chris Rea doing a U-turn on the M25. Topical, that.
Yeah. Topical now. But
yeah.
Obviously not as you're listening.
Topical now because of the
U-turns.
The
Christmas.
all of the lorries and the fact that the reason he's doing a U-turn is that 29 immigrants suffocated in the back of his van.
Oh,
trying to be a kinder podcast this year.
A new version of a song.
Merry Christmas. Remix. Going to try and be a nicer podcast this year. Anyway, was going to play live the answer phone message, but I'll play that now.
Hi there. I'm often asked, what does mean to you? Well, I mean, for me, it means different things because when I was a child, I was born in India, we were separated. The family were all over the country. And to me as a kid meant I'm going to see my aunts and uncles, my favorite cousins. And of course, we got but that was strictly once a year. I've got a feeling now that should be part of our life all the time because it represents something very special. In the mid-60s, I got very interested in that's the time I became a Christian. And what I recognized was that the miracle of still fascinates us. Just a baby being is an absolute miracle. Jesus' was a stupendous that somebody that was a spiritual creature came us. So for me now, is every day of the year. Every time I pray, I think of is also important. But I always find it difficult to feel because he died. And I know he had to die for us. But for me, it's still today, now, an everyday part of my life. And so it gives me great pleasure to you all a very, very and let it last all the year round. Because he died.
This episode is sponsored by Uncle Nobby's Creamery. Use the code CHEW at checkout. Remember, Uncle Nobby's Creamery is our little secret. It's Christmas Day, and with me, a man who has something always in his sack for children, James Kerr.
Hello.
Merry Christmas. We've had a break for a while, a couple of months now. Mainly due to work commitments. We've been fighting on the front line against the Rona. Yeah. How's it been for you?
It's been tough.
Yeah. It has been tough, isn't it?
We're getting there. Yeah. No thanks to government, but we're getting there.
How's Christmas Day been for you?
It's been nice. Again, FIFA.
Yeah.
Lost 7-0.
A lot of people will see our mothers share the same birthday, although they're not the same person. What did you get your mum for Christmas?
Phoned her up.
You phoned her up? I got my mum a drowned Iranian man, although it turns out she wanted something from Chanel. Yeah,
it was nicer for about 2 minutes, and then it's gone back.
It's a duty to remind people that dog isn't just for Christmas, especially for Chinese, where you can probably stretch it to Boxing Day too.
That's true. What things with a dog? You get an Alsatian.
Oh well, so you get like a dashing. I'm wearing. I'd like to shout this out. I'm wearing a rather fetching jumper or sweatshirt from Nemo and Crew. I have a dog on the front and my initials down here. My initials being JC. Nice little Christmas tie in there to the little baby Jesus. Guess what my grandmother's getting for Christmas? Lonely. Sky News are reporting this morning that drug deaths in Scotland have hit the worst level on record. They're down 15%. We're still in lockdown, I think. Well, it's laxed now over Christmas. How are you finding lockdown? Although, obviously, we work all the time.
Like any other kind of time. Just can't go to a pub or anything.
A lot of celebrities are struggling.
It's sad for them.
I think they're just weaker. Michael Jackson would have had no problem with the lockdown. He was always very comfortable in bubbles.
Very true.
Someone that you can't pick out of a lineup, Marcus Rashford. He won a lot of acclaim this year, but didn't win Sports Personality of the Year.
Is that wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Lewis Hamilton, wasn't
There's
it?
Lewis Hamilton, yeah. You text me saying
To be up for all the gambles.
Michael Schumacher's won again. Yeah, but is it Sir Marcus Rashford now?
Is it?
I think that must be coming because he's done a lot of work with poverty and stuff. They're saying a lot of people are struggling and have to go to food banks. They've revealed that dwarfs have the most trouble putting food on the table.
Wouldn't they have smaller tables?
No, I don't think they will.
Or like boxes they can stand on around the table.
They just have steps up to a chair, don't they?
But
if they can afford that, dwarves aren't given like custom built housing.
It makes sense to just build half-size houses and just give them those houses because it will save
a bungalow.
Space. Oh no, you can have 2 floors, just half the size of a normal house.
Oh, like in
it's harder to sell on because it does cut the market down to just dwarfs or children.
Or very rich children.
Yeah. But something worth looking into.
Yeah. Oh, that actually might be a thing we can do. What else has happened since we were last on air? Peter Sutcliffe has died.
Oh.
The Jehovah's Witness, the Yorkshire Ripper. He was also hard of hearing. The voice he heard while working in the cemetery actually told him to go out and start hammering on doors. Rhymes with whores.
Oh.
Yeah. Harvey Price, Katie Price's son, weighs 29 stone. And Katie said, I hope he doesn't reach 30. A young lady from London is almost drowned after accidentally falling into a massive vat of pancake mix earlier this week. Fortunately, she was rescued and is now recovering in a home for battered women. Cliff Richard has revealed he was addicted to Viagra and apologises for the upset this has caused his fans and family, saying nobody has taken it harder than his poor boy. The government has advised people not to hug and kiss their grands this Christmas. Wayne Rooney's annoyed, but on the bright side, I don't have to borrow a shovel. Anything else? Ellen Page and Eddie Izzard have both come out as mentally ill. No, this is good. It means that Juno, X-Men Days of Future Past, and Eddie Izzard riffing about Jeff Vader are all trans allegories. Although it must be frustrating to see a strong female role in Umbrella Academy be recast with a pale white dude. I've not actually seen Umbrella Academy, but she's in it.
I watched a bit of it.
He's in it. Good news for Eddie Izzard, though. He was ranked as the 278th funniest man on the planet in 2019, whereas there's expectations he'll breach the top 5 in 2021's most funniest women in the world. So that's good.
What's up with if you watch women's football?
Yeah,
it's terrible. The outfield players are not bad. It's the goalies that are the worst. They're kind of Arsenal kind of level, goalie level. Basically, the ball goes through their hands and just flap wildly. But if you had like a trans man who became a woman and they're in goal,
a trans man becomes a woman,
they would just be better in goal. Is it the same for comedy? Because it's very few. I mean, this is what your joke was. I'm just stretching out.
No, I think actually, I mean, I'm trying to think of the actual terminology. A man becomes a trans woman, or a man is but is a trans woman and has always been a trans woman, I believe. I don't know, but it's probably easier than Leon's thing about changing footballers so they have like giant stretchy hand abilities.
Crazy.
Obviously, we did try
he was
and.
So drunk that day.
He was on something. He was very talkative, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was good.
Very chatty.
Very chatty.
He kept going to the toilet. I think he might have had a cold. He was sniffing quite a lot.
We're not saying he's on any. Yeah, that would be ludicrous. Yeah. He did do drugs in a field.
Yeah.
He did ecstasy at Boardmasters, which is something I would love to have seen.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine what it would be.
You know, I've seen Leon drunk and he does get a little bit handsy. Not on purpose,
but he would be a very good female goalkeeper.
Yeah. He's big. He just has to move.
Yeah, but I don't know. You see him sort of swat things. He does have the sort of turning circle of like an articulated lorry, or in King Kong swings at those planes. Yeah. So I don't know if his reflexes are.
I think they are. If you try and just
the mind's willing, but the body's just not able.
You can't.
He did karate, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
Black belt.
It was a black belt. So it's Christmas. We'll just talk about Christmas. Were you ever in a nativity?
Yeah, I would have been.
Did you ever play the lead?
I think I might have one year. I vague recollections of it, but I do remember playing a palm tree.
A palm tree?
Palm tree. I've been a sheep before.
Yeah.
I was a wise man once.
Yeah.
One of the primary school plays.
Couldn't cut it as a wise man?
Well, we all having turns. It was
yeah.
a turn. And I think once I was the baby Jesus.
Yeah? How old?
15.
Yeah, 15-year-old baby Jesus.
Yeah.
My
Well, I was a small child. I was obviously very, very good.
Lived in a half house.
Well, yeah,
that would have been a mercy, wouldn't it?
I was like probably 2/3 the size of a normal child, and all the other members of the church were 2/3 bigger than what I normally would be. So I was the ideal choice to play baby Jesus. So I was so much smaller.
You were not just you were small, but everyone else was really tall as well.
Yeah.
So there were actual babies that were too tall to play the baby
Jesus. They weren't
Jesus.
babies. They were at least toddlers.
But were 5 foot.
Yeah.
That's why they're toddling. They are out of control. Now we used to have like a one at school. We used to do like a talent show thing at the church for it, where like if they do a song, do a dance. If it was a girl, like she'd play Mary. A boy comes up, the priest would finger him. Like just so that's how you do it.
The priest would finger him.
I'd imagine.
That's not normal Jewish. It wasn't happening in my church.
No, I never got picked to even audition.
Oh.
I wasn't.
No, I've seen photos of you as a child.
Yeah. Why. Too sexy.
Yeah, that's what you.
If I was seen in the company of a priest, suspicions would be raised immediately.
Oh, I imagine so.
They'd be like, that child is too sexy to be alone with that priest.
But maybe it's a fault of the church traditionally, because they dressed them up quite sexily, like in robes and things, so there was access.
What do you mean? What?
Like
who was the church dressing sexily?
Children, they dressed
nuns.
They put in like robes and things with easy access and monks. So it's no wonder stuff happens in there.
I don't. You think the church dressed the children sexily?
Well, from
their point of view,
they dress them in gowns and it's kind of they put them in little mangers.
Yeah.
And they just think they're fucking Jesus.
Merry Christmas, everyone. 11 minutes in, and we've just hit the point of priests molesting children, but pretending they're fucking the baby Jesus, which I don't actually think is the first time that we've touched on that.
Probably not.
What's the best gift you ever got for Christmas?
It's funny you say that. I'm probably holding in my hand.
That wasn't planned because obviously that's bullshit, but also it's on my list here.
No, it's good because at the start of the year, Arsenal, all football, was struggling.
Speak for your own club.
Well, football in general was struggling, not so much with clubs, but is it going to happen? Liverpool ended up winning the season by default.
Yeah.
There's a star next to an and all that. But he's very sad about winning this weird season.
That's not what happened, though, is it?
Season,
that's not what happened.
The next season, it was all people put on furlough.
Hang on, for the record, that's not what happened. We finished the season.
Yeah, but it was still,
fine.
There's a break in the middle.
People are going to find out that I actually care about football. It's not cool.
Arsenal were
jazz.
Seemed to be hit very hard.
Yeah.
It was fine playing a German kind of midfielder, possible something taker. That
free kicks.
If only 50 grand a week to do nothing.
Yeah.
But they couldn't employ a man in a dinosaur costume for probably about £50 a day, or a game even. So they laid him off.
Yeah.
Dinosaurus Rex was no more.
He was extinct.
Yeah. But now I'm holding a book in my hand.
Yeah.
And it seems like a Where's Wally rip-off.
It's absolutely.
And it certainly is that.
Yeah.
But it's also more.
Yeah.
This is like the British spirit. This proves that Dinosaurus Rex still exists.
Yeah.
In case said actually what it is. It's a Gunnosaurus official search and find book.
Yeah, the thing is, he's not actually in it at all because he was put down humanely.
I'm going to disprove that.
Go on then. So this is live. James is going to try and find Gunnosaurus Rex. For those of you who don't know who Gunnosaurus Rex is, it's a dinosaur mascot at Arsenal Football Club.
That's like the first page. Who's there?
He's on the front cover. Yeah, that took him 20 seconds.
I've heard first one.
Right, first one.
There's also other stuff as well. There's also the clock end clock.
Why are there guns hidden on it?
Because the Arsenal cannons.
Oh, the Arsenal cannons. From here, it looks like Uzis.
Yeah. There's also a golden
boot. It's London as well.
And the Invincibles trophy.
Yeah.
And also there's
it's just symbolic.
Additional items as well.
Yeah, probably all the Man City fans.
So first one's the beach.
Okay.
I'll describe what I'm seeing.
Yeah, please do. It'd be helpful.
So there's a lady in a swimsuit, a man in chinos.
What if people don't know where's Wally is?
A young boy doing a muscle man pose.
Okay. Found that very quickly. Found that straight away.
Yeah. And it looks like
eyes on the prize.
Parky jacket. It's a few Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
There's like a butterfly, a surfboard, another surfboard, another surfboard, banana boat.
How is this linked to Arsenal Football Club?
It's just the beach.
Okay.
And I found Gunnosaurus Rex's despair.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
It's the only dinosaur on the beach.
So yeah, it's still got a job.
That's excellent. Other than today, because obviously I was going to say that my best gift was this jumper that I've got, but then you've kind of blown that out of the water. What's the worst one you've had? Mine was, I don't know if it's a sort of a combination of a couple of things. There was one where I got when I was about 3. I was bought a 2,000-piece steam engine jigsaw puzzle.
Is that from your mum?
No.
No,
it's from her friend. But
so basically, your mum wanted something.
Yeah.
She said to her, "Oh yeah, Jim loves jigsaws." So her friend bought a jigsaw.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she did it.
No, it remained in the wardrobe until I think the next year when they came round, the person that gave it to us. And my brother, you know, when people come like, "I'll play with your toys, make sure you're wearing the jumper that they got you and all that stuff." My brother's, play with the toys that they got you. My brother's playing with his thing. My brother doesn't exist at this point. My sister's playing with her thing. And my sister's playing with the toy that she was bought by this person, which was like a Barbie doll, I assume, or something aimed at, infantilizing women. And then I had to get out and pretend that I was doing this 2,000-piece jigsaw puzzle of a steam train.
What company shit?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's obvious that I've only just got it out because it's a jigsaw puzzle. So you can't just throw a few bits of the jigsaw puzzle together.
No.
Because even if you try and force the bits in, that makes it look worse. That makes it look like you are retarded.
Mm. But that stage wasn't there a chance you might have been. Wasn't there a belief that you were when you were a slow child?
Yeah. Which was then beneficial that I was also too sexy.
So
because had I been less sexy, therefore more likely to be molested, I wouldn't have been able to run away very quickly because I would have stumbled or or just been too busy licking a window, which is what they do.
It's true.
People that lick windows. What's the worst thing you ever got?
Well, it was one year when about 6-7 years ago. It was in a house with I think with common friends at the time. Though we didn't know it was friends.
Yes.
Someone else lived in my house. We thought to Secret Santa.
Yep.
I gave him something. And then the next year, he gave me his present back. Very similar size.
Yeah.
And it was just
same dildo.
Same thing as given back to me. And I said to him, "Yeah, thanks very much. I know it's a good present."
What was it?
I can't remember.
You said same size.
It was, whatever it was the same thing.
So was it a TV?
And it was just what I'd given him the year before.
Yeah.
He just gave back to me 6 years Santa. And then he said, "I kicked off a little bit." And
you kicked off?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Just said, "Thanks very much. It's a good present, this, because I bought whiskey last year, so I know it's really good."
But you can't remember what it is.
It was. But yeah, so.
But if it's really good, why are you annoyed that you've got it?
Because it's what I had bought him. He's given it back.
Yeah, but if it's so good, if I gave you a slab of gold,
oh no, that's fine,
and then you re-gift it to me, I'm not going to be annoyed at that because I'm a gold bar up.
That's fine.
And if you say it's rubbish, why did you give it to him in the first place?
principle.
You're the bad guy here.
No.
So that was the worst Christmas present that you ever got. Hang on, the worst Christmas present you ever got was one that you gave someone and that you can't even remember.
Exactly. Or
it was that traumatic.
A few years ago when Star Wars had been come back to cinemas.
Yeah.
And every present I got was Star Wars related.
Yeah.
It was like being kind of 11 again, which was a bit weird. So I was about 36.
Yeah.
Some Star Wars shower gel.
What would you do if you met 11-year-old you through the time what you used to hang out? Would you try and fuck yourself?
No, but I would encourage...
What if it was 18-year-old you?
No. I would encourage myself.
That was more adamant,
I would encourage me to kind of get out there more.
11-year-old you.
Not straight away.
Yeah.
But, play that field.
Hey, if an old man comes on to you, don't necessarily say no.
Also, would I be allowed to talk to myself?
In this scenario?
Yeah, I also can.
Yeah, it takes place outside of the timeline. No.
Oh, that's fine then. Yeah.
No, yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to risk it otherwise.
Because
this is something that we could do.
What I could do, I could
only if the science is right.
9/11.
Yeah.
Then put a bet on it. It's going to happen anyway. Really, it's going to be a lot of effort to stop that.
Well, I mean,
so I just bet on it. Happening.
You telling 11-year-old you wouldn't stop 9/11, would it?
No, but if I tell myself. Tell them how many people died.
Unless it gives you the idea.
And then I'll put like a bet.
You get Back to the Future.
Go down to my bookies.
Oh yeah, I'd like to put a $5 on an atrocity, please.
This is going to happen. It's going to people die.
Yeah. I'd hope someone goes, "How do you know this?"
Guessing.
And just guessing.
You're 11 years old, no idea.
Yeah, but by 11 years old, you'd solved murders. You had been a model. You had worked with Elton John.
Yeah.
You've got a bit of notoriety about you, and suddenly this sort of—it's like Macaulay Culkin going into Betfred, going, "I think some Muslims are going to fly a plane into a couple of buildings," and them going, "Yeah, all right, cool, we'll take the money on that," and then it happens, and no one goes. I remember Macaulay Culkin came into my shop. Yeah, what? Titanic sinking, the pandemic.
No, I'll put a few other ones which aren't going to happen.
What would you
just to cover my back?
What would you say?
Horses will start talking.
Right. Yeah.
And
so they're now taking money from someone they clearly know is brain damaged.
Yeah.
As well.
Which means
who's rambling about the deaths of thousands of people and horses talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be fine.
I don't know what that's what you would do. You wouldn't stop it.
Well, it's going to be a lot of effort. I'm only 11.
Yeah, but could you not say?
What could you do?
Could you not stop it and bet on something else? So you could do two things.
Well, I'll bet on it. It will still happen.
Yeah.
I get lots of money, like millions, because the death count is very specific.
Okay.
Then I invest it. Back in the peace process. So in fact, I solve the Middle East.
But hear me out. You go back to meet 11-year-old you.
Yeah.
And rather than profiting from acts of terror, you tell him about the acts of terror, but you also give him the entire set of fixtures for a Premier League season. Put an accumulator on. Yeah. You don't have to. There were so many more. You could tell him to invest money in Apple or Amazon. You didn't need to piggyback off the deaths of non-Jews.
Yeah, that's true. I was just feeling it. I was upset about all the people dying, and it just came back to me today for some reason. And in hindsight,
probably other things.
We're better off going down with Back to the Future.
You've gone sort of if you go back and meet your great granddad, being like 6 million, put money on that.
Yeah, I think you're right. For once, you're always reason.
Yeah. You didn't have to go back. I mean, that started off with me asking if you'd fuck yourself when you were 11. But you know, it's Christmas Day. You know the Armistice Day football.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be tempted to have maybe shot someone during that.
Yeah, you can win a hero.
How soon after the final whistle do people start shooting at each other? I think I'd be straight away, even during the match. Me and a German player run to get the ball that's gone over the bunker top. Only one of us comes back each time.
Explosions of things.
Yeah.
Assume it's like fireworks.
Have you ever seen? There's a film. I think it might be called The Trench or The Bunker. It's set in the First World War. It's a horror film. It's got like Andy Serkis in it, and they find a abandoned military post and it's haunted. The other day, it kind of reminded me of that. I watched Bone Tomahawk.
I've heard it. It's a black comedy.
I was told it was a Coen Brothers-esque sort of zany comedy, a little bit darker than normal, by friend of the show John Cordy.
Do you think that jumper was initially for him, but it was just the wrong size to go to you?
Yeah, quite possibly. Although it's made by his better half. So
has she got like a sweatshop somewhere?
Or? I don't know how it's being made. But I will say that he has seized the means of production. It is great. It is warm and it's good because I was constantly cold and shaking, and ever since I've had this jumper, I've realised I've had early onset Parkinson's.
Oh, so you still can't see.
That's how warm it is. Yeah. But actually, no. The Nemo and crew, they are good. This was a gift from John, who has a new single out soon.
Oh, has he?
He does. Brand new content, which is it's a remix of a song from about 10 years ago. One of his songs, yeah. When he was in, or may still be in the band BOA or BOA, Better Off Alone, even though there's three of them. So, check them out. He today did a video on YouTube. Very good intro, one of the best ones where he gets stabbed to death. But
man, is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. There's a body switching. It's very good, but he does his sort of highlights of the year. He mentioned one TV show, The Watchmen. Mentioned lots of YouTube channels, lots of albums, just things that he's enjoyed this year.
Yeah. So obviously he's mentioned this show. This show.
We've never been mentioned on the channel, mate. We've never been mentioned on the channel.
He's been on this show.
He wears the badge, the little logo badge. He's been on the show. Yeah, but he's got a career.
We'll put
I did very much air quotes there.
Yeah, well, we need to basically hold him to ransom. We need to basically let him, we need to leech on him.
Yeah, that's been my plan
or without him for something he hasn't done.
There's a lot. I mean,
he's got a lot of good.
My phone. If that was ever stolen, that would incriminate him. It won't, because I made a joke on his channel the other day that he was speeding up his videos to make it look more impressive, and I got told off for that. So.
I don't think go by when you don't get told off. Commenting, even though he's asked you to do it.
Yeah.
And it's more for him. He lets you. He's not blocked you yet.
No.
He encourages you, I believe.
But I'm doing it from my account, not the podcast. I might still do it from the podcast one. Just a reminder that we're sponsored by Uncle Nobby's Creamery. Your mum loved it when she was younger. You will too. We'll be able to take a break and we'll be back in a minute. Oh, we're back.
We are.
I'm actually thinking about one of the reasons we might not be on John Cordy's highlights of the year is because we opened up with a joke about Chris Rea and 29 dead immigrants. Yeah. So, you were saying off air.
I was looking on Amazon for Christmas presents for people. I found a doormat.
Yeah.
AC/DC official merchandise.
Yeah.
And it just says, for those about to knock.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. Speaking of Christmas presents, you really outdid yourself. So I given you a little treat.
Oh, yes.
You like to, as some people know, I used to be a poet. I won an award. I was published.
What?
Yeah. Some people say...
Was it like those kind of Amazon ebook kind of things? You could just like NL person.
No. I was published in a proper magazine that was in the Louvre gift shop.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually was, because I have a copy of it somewhere. I emailed the publisher and said, "Can I have a copy?" He went, "Sure, it's £6." Thank you very much. I didn't get paid for it, but that's lovely. So I last night I chose 3 poems that I'd written that I thought, do you know what? I'll let James read one out. That's Siri telling me it's a bad idea. I thought I'd let you read one out on air as a Christmas present to you.
Yeah.
I'll let you choose one. I'll give you three titles. 7 bad parenting decisions a year. If You Leave and the DB Blues.
DB Blues.
The DB Blues.
Actually, no, If You Leave.
Oh, If You Leave.
Yeah.
There you go. If you want to just start reading that out.
No.
Go on. It's my poem. This is the DB Blues.
Only she's with 4th line. Some kids stole my baby. They took him away. Some kids stole my baby. They filled him with double A's.
Yeah, so they're keep going.
Some kids, they stole my baby. Stole him from his mummy.
No, it's not.
Some kids.
No, stop. It's an AB rhyming structure.
Some kids they stole my baby, stole him from his mummy. Some kids they stole my baby, made him the Duracell bunny. Oh, some kids they stole. Can't read enough on his step.
They're all the same. They're all the same. You were always going to read this one. Some kids they stole my baby, giving in to evil urging. Yeah, some kids they stole my baby. He didn't die of. Oh, some kids they stole my baby. Some boys took him away. No heaven for my baby. He died. Oh, some kids they stole my baby. A battery between the buttock. Some kids killed my baby. A preteen stew at Lubbock. I asked John if he wanted to Elton John, Bernie Taupin that. You know, James Kerr and Elton John. That.
Guessing he said no.
Well, yeah, he had a couple issues. One issue was the baby dying. A lot of this is going to be bleeped, but I did it with I changed it to something about rhyming mum and bum. But then we pointed out it's a female voice, and Lenny's not free to sing it. But yeah, so that was for you, a little treat. Obviously, Christmas time, it's for the kids, isn't it, James?
Yeah,
it's for the kids, and a lot of kids have questions. So I've got some questions from children here who are friends of the show. Their kids have written in. How does the water cycle work? Gwendolyn, age 9. These are meant to be Christmas-related questions, but how does the water cycle work, James?
Just, water goes into the clouds.
How does it go into the clouds?
Is it convection?
I don't know, mate. I'm not quite...
Basically, it goes into a mist, into the clouds.
Yeah, the sun evaporates it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then it gets colder, expands, and becomes water.
Okay.
And then falls on the land.
Like a circle of life almost.
Yeah, and then it goes into like a river, goes down the river, evaporates again, and the cycles around.
Okay, hope that helps, Gwendolyn. Jim, why do you have such a thick neck? Jack, age 6. That's actually an evolutionary thing. All my older brothers and sisters died from being choked by our father. But he can't get his hands around mine, which is why I also have large hands, so I can choke thin-necked children. How does Father Christmas deliver all his presents? Patrick, age 8.
He doesn't. Your parents have buy them and should pretend they've lied to you.
Okay. Wow. Well, we could have had some magic in this Christmas episode. Fine. If Mummy loves me, why is she so cold? Shannon, age 6 and panicking.
Maybe it's just because
Tweeter.
She loves you so much. She wants you to have nice things, but at the cost of heating the house.
Okay.
So you've got a PlayStation.
Yeah.
But the radiator's switched off.
Yeah. James, why don't you make eye contact with me in the park anymore? Lewis, age 11.
I don't know who Lewis is.
Do you know who suggested that?
Leo.
Yeah. And then parents are supposed to protect us. Why am I across a train track with a battery in my ass? James, age 2.
Because you're on the set of fuck's sake.
The Railway Children.
No, of like a cartoon.
Yeah.
In the Wild West or something.
I think that's the case. We've got some Chew the Cud awards to give out this year.
Again.
Yeah, second annual Chew the Cud Awards. The annual ITV Shining Light Award.
I'm not a slut, I wouldn't say.
The ITV Shining Light Award goes to the lamp Caroline Flack used to batter her boyfriend. Don't forget that.
Don't forget.
The next award is one of those ones like Best Jazz or Folk. So yes, this next one is sort of like the Best Soul R&B album, where it can be won by either a soul or R&B album. The award for first artist to reach the top 5 of the UK album chart across 8 consecutive decades, or 8 consecutive decades of noncing. That's Cliff Richard this year. Congratulations.
First one.
Yeah, it's a shared award. You can win it for either, like jazz or folk. A folk album can win Best Jazz Folk.
Yeah, but
he's won it for.
It can be either of them.
Yeah, he's won it. It
doesn't have to be both.
Doesn't. It's not both of them. It's definitely not both. It could be both of them.
It's not.
He's not won it for both of them.
No, he's won it.
I'm not saying he hasn't earned both of them. He hasn't won it for both of them. We're not saying that. The Digging Up the Past award goes to Alexander Grunke, his brother Nick, and friend Dustin Radke, who went to the St. Charles Cemetery in Cassville, Wisconsin, intent on digging up a 20-year-old woman's body who died in a car crash the week before.
Is this from an old episode? Or?
No, this is in October.
It rings a bell. But
Firstly, they went to the store to buy condoms. They dug up the grave but were stymied by a concrete vault holding the woman's casket. They ran away when a vehicle was stopped by the police, with Grunke dressed in black and perspiring profusely.
But how did they know they must have told them? Well, they must have told the police they planned to fuck the corpse.
Well, this is it. In
testimony
given, Radke, his friend, snitched on him. His friend said Radke said his friend had long wanted to have sex with a corpse. Nick said numerous times over the years how he'd love to have sex with a dead body, but he wouldn't want to have a woman at home to holler at, complain, or nag at him. Radke was quoted as saying, "No, I like that, because if you did get in trouble though for something, I would make you look like a monster." What was James like? Well, I'll tell you this: he kept saying, "I want to have sex with a corpse." He would talk about.
I would do the opposite. I would. What were you on cover for?
I mean, if I knew you were innocent, if I knew, I'm not saying if I'd probably cover for you if you were innocent, if you were guilty. But if you were innocent, if I knew that it was obvious you weren't going to do it, they were looking for a tall Jamaican man, and they arrested you, and I know they're going to have to let you go because you're not tall. I would probably say things like that. I definitely would with Leon.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like, yeah. I mean, they'd probably go to you. He looks like the sort of person that does this. Can you verify that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The award for Sure Man, that's how it happened, goes to an unnamed patient in India who swallowed his toothbrush while cleaning his back teeth. Well, that's his excuse, and he's sticking to it. He had to have surgery to have it removed.
I'm guessing it was from his anus as well.
It's from his lower intestine, they said.
Oh, so he shoved it up there.
It went all the way down.
So he's back. So you think he's so ashamed of what he's actually doing.
Yeah.
He's instead highlighted he's probably not an idiot, but he's now pretending he is. He seems to think he's got teeth in his bottom.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that's why I was doing it.
The thing is, with that, it's sort of obvious what you've been doing. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
Everyone, like Ricky Gervais tells that story about the guy who went in with a ketchup bottle up his butt. Everyone knows, like, that's what you were doing. So the only thing you can do, is go, "Oh, I'm an idiot." You should own it. The award for "You Can Play With It But Don't Touch" goes to Leek Khan, a doctor from India who handed over £72,000 for a genie's lamp. 2 men have been arrested. Khan said one of the men pretended to be an occultist and made a genie, a supernatural figure, appear from the lamp. They asked if he could touch the genie or take the lamp home, and they said no, but he paid them anyway. He
deserves to lose that.
They eventually gave him the lamp, promising it would bring health, wealth, and good fortune. Khan later stated he realised the genie was just one of the men dressed up. Mr. Khan contacted the police when he realised the lamp didn't have any magical powers, as described in the folktale Aladdin, and the wish genie did not appear when he rubbed it. This year's It's Peen Us Not Peen You award goes to 2 pilots who are under investigation for allegedly manoeuvring their passenger jet through the air, so it drew the shape of a penis in the sky. The phallic-like turns were recorded on tracking software, and apparently were a bizarre act of solidarity with the Russian football team's captain. The unnamed crew of the Russian Pobeda airline are reported to have flown the plane so that it drew a cock and balls on the way back from picking up the captain Artem Debuzya, who was suspended from international duty after footage showing him appearing to masturbate in bed was leaked online. Kremlin-owned RT called it a ballsy flight path, but questioned whether the alleged stunt was a bit too cocky. But they actually did draw the balls and everything, which is fantastic, isn't it? Just again, we are sponsored proudly by Uncle Nobby's Creamery. You know, some boys can be passable as girls, and Uncle Nobby's hungry. Open Monday to Saturday, 7 till 10. Do not come on Sundays. Sundays is for Nobby.
Well, his Nobby doesn't need like his own time, so that's fair enough.
Yeah, you can't be working all day, every day. What's your favourite Christmas memory? Probably this is one of the last things, to be honest.
The time when my dad was in the military.
Yeah.
And he had been over
South America.
Well, he never said where he was. He'd just been away for
2
years.
Yeah.
I assume he was in the military, might not have been.
Yeah.
But he disappeared for 2 years, came back. He said he learned some new trades from inside.
Right.
But
what sort of trades did your dad learn while he was inside?
There's like lockpick.
How to toss salad.
And he did say he became a very good cuddler.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of cuddling.
In the army?
I think that's where he was,
yeah.
Yeah, he never said he wasn't.
Yeah.
So he came home on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And he stunk of whiskey.
Right.
But apparently he fell over, a man fell over, spilled whiskey over him on the way home.
Yeah. That'll happen.
He was home, and we just
fucked.
I told you. No, ignore that one. Sorry.
When did Christmas lose its sparkle for you?
It was when I was in Australia as a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
you were in Australia as a 10-year-old.
Yeah, and
it's a weird name for a dog.
Quite imaginative.
Yeah.
I was actually a liar.
Yeah.
And on returning, I had a good time. I went to SeaWorld with my parents. I went all around all these touristy things. Yeah. It was really nice. Went to Rocknest Island, saw some quokkas.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But then I got back to school a month later. Well, a month after leaving, not a month after, and I had to isolate for a month. It wasn't a thing.
All right, yeah.
And I told my friend Jason that I had sex with a woman on a surfboard.
Yeah.
And
at the age of 10, 11.
10, yeah.
10.
And it was 1990.
What's that got to do with Christmas fading for you?
Yeah. Well, I realised that was when Jason knew I was lying.
Yeah.
And also that was the first time he realised that lies exist.
Right.
He did some detective work.
So up until the age of 10, your friend Jason not only was unaware of mistruth, was just like Jim Carrey in the film Liar Liar. He couldn't lie.
No, he couldn't lie, but he just didn't know it existed. So
he can't lie, can he? He at that point, you're saying that
but in his mind, nor is anyone else.
But then he also thinks then. But then he's a retard then, because he then thinks everything on TV is real. Every film he's seen is real.
But I cured him by
at the age of 10 though.
Outrageous lie about having sex on a surfboard.
But by the age of 10, he's watched films and TV and stuff like that.
Probably.
So he thinks all this stuff's real. He thinks there's you're in school together, so you're watching El Nombre. He thinks there's a Mexican mouse that teaches kids numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buy that.
But then, because kids are generally more innocent and always accept kind of like, you tell them something like, I can't jump.
Yeah, but kids lie, don't they? Your friend had the inability to lie.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's almost the opposite of that.
And then...
Like his nemesis.
And then you said to him, I had sex with an Australian woman.
And he goes like, nah.
He goes, no.
That's bullshit, man.
That's rubbish. I've now...
Yeah.
He didn't have a he didn't start spazzing out because his whole world's been blown.
No, he's realised it's like and like he got home and thought we were more group, but he sat in his room playing his Atari.
Can I tell you how I'm picturing this?
Yeah.
Have you seen The Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
Have you seen the ending for The Usual Suspects? Yeah. And he just drops his mug to the floor and realises that you didn't have sex with an Australian woman, but his whole world is blown.
No, wasn't
he chases after you.
Away, he's realised.
And he's like, "Where is she?" And you're like, "She's in Australia." What's her name? Kylie.
Because of what I said, he worked out other things.
Yeah.
So Easter Bunny, not true.
That was the next thing that he was.
And then quite suddenly he was like, "Oh, where's your Santa Claus?"
Yeah.
Because every child has his thing, and logically, he can't work. Every child will need a certain amount of time to be given their presents.
I think
that doesn't exist.
I think. What age is embarrassing to still believe in Father Christmas at?
24.
That's fair. You see, Christmas for me, my dad kicked us out on Christmas Eve. Before my brother was born, we were kicked out. And I can't remember, only for like 5 hours, but it was quite late. But I can't remember what caused that to happen. And the only thing I can possibly think of is that I was, as a child, at the age of at that point, 7, knew Father Christmas wasn't real. And had let this slip to my father, who at 35 still thought Father Christmas was real. That's the appropriate amount of anger, I think. If you're 35 and if you kick your kids out on Christmas Eve, you have to have a really good reason to be that angry. And I think that's possibly that he was so embarrassed by believing in Father Christmas. And then you can say, well, yeah, why did he bring you back in that quickly? Because 5 hours isn't actually that long if you're that angry. It's that long if you're a sad child. But if you're not...
Sad, cold child.
So we were in a car. We were parked at the bottom of our grandma's road.
Somewhere else. You should have gone to a hotel.
We didn't have money. So are you thinking, sorry, we made the wrong call?
So bad parenting on many levels then.
I mean, yeah, the whole thing's a real shit show from parenting front. There's no winners here. But you can think, well, it's a bit... If you go to 35 and a 7-year-old's just embarrassed you and you realise all your friends have been laughing at you for years, 5 hours anger isn't that much. Yeah. So then I thought, well, why would he have us back after 5 hours if he's that angry? And I thought 2 reasons. One is either that he still believed in Father Christmas and thought Father Christmas isn't going to be happy if you kicked kids out.
Yeah, or he won't know what to go there, that's a problem. Or
he realised that he had Lethal Weapons 1 and 2 to watch, and that's about 5 hours, I think. And so I sort of, you have a break in between.
It's reasonable. It was reasonable.
Him watching Lethal Weapon 2 like with a drink, getting really angry at Riggs' wife because she's a bit sassy, and then looking at the clock being like, can I fit in Lethal Weapon 3 before the children freeze to death? Let's try it.
I mean, but sometimes you need that time alone.
100%. I think, but it's how you do it, isn't it? Leon would obviously be on the side of my father on this one because he believes a child can ask for it. The child just gives off bad vibes.
And his views on girls in short skirts, that anyway was abhorrent.
They were abhorrent, yeah. Yes. He's a Renaissance man, is Leon. Actually, though, I will say this. The 2 episodes we did with Leon were mentally exhausting, but were also the most downloaded episodes we've done. I think,
which has fueled his ego.
Massively.
He's been a monster a lot,
but
every day he's a monster.
And having not recorded for a couple of months, and yet we're still getting good numbers. I do think, actually, sincerely, thank the people that actually do listen to this nonsense. There's a lot of people who do listen. We appreciate it. Too many to name.
But if you could leave reviews on sites,
that's the thing, right?
Tell them why.
That's the thing. It's all lovely that you message us and tweet us and say in person that you've listened or so on. But leave a review somewhere. Tell a friend. I don't know, if you have a fucking channel that has 20,000 fucking subscribers on it, and one of us has done some work for. Maybe mention the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
I understand you don't want to risk, your fledgling career. But
that's what friends do.
It's like, we played the whale blowhole song, and after that, he had his break with Mark Kelly's Marathon. Although this isn't specifically aimed at any one person. So, if you're in a band with any member of Marillion,
if your initials are J or C
or whatever, just tell a friend, and but genuinely thank you for listening and all of that stuff, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, even more
just
forceful.
A lot of effort, really, and just, tell a friend, share it with your parent. Yeah, click the link, go buy us a coffee. Yeah, to be honest. And if you're out there and Christmas is difficult on your own, mention us in any notes you leave. Just to say that things were bad, but, sometimes people helped us through. Conversely, if things are going well, leave it mention us in your Christmas,
Your Queen's speech.
The kids are doing, the kids are doing great.
I hope the Queen mentions this, don't you?
That would be good.
It's not on our radar, but we can hope.
I don't think we've done anything against the Queen, have we?
No.
So, I think we're pretty good. Anyway, this will probably wrap up now. Thank you, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to everyone, and to you, James. To everyone, apart from criminals, paedophiles,
conservatives.
Some conservatives. Let's not diminish all of our audience. Women. Merry Christmas to women. Yeah, I think we're fine with women.
I thought we said
Merry Christmas to trans women. Merry Christmas to everyone, apart from paedophiles.
Most criminals.
Not all criminals. White collar crime's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
The street crime.
Street crime, no, absolutely not. Not if you do crime on the street, turn this off now. No, go back to the start and don't play it. I don't want, imagine this.
Crime, at least keep it behind closed doors.
Or if you've been mugged while listening to this, do get in touch. That'd be awesome.
Police first.
Yeah, speak to the police first about stuff.
We can't really help you out.
We could try. If you've got any crimes that need solving,
locally,
we could. Yeah, I'm happy to suppose on things.
Travel with for expenses and things.
Google, we're good.
No, we've had to go there.
If you have any local crimes or photos of crimes that are further away, we'll happily look into them for you.
Or videos.
Any sort of media. So Merry Christmas to those people who have been victims of crime and want our help. Really, that's kind of it. Everyone else, well done.
Thank you.
What a year it's been. Yeah. Really, it's crazy. All right, cheers.
That was Jim and James Chew the Cud. What a lot of your time we have wasted. A Curson Media production. Produced by Glenn Lopez. Music by Hilary Mice.
I quite enjoyed it.